Good morning. I'm Heidi Regent, Connections President here at the Tokyo American Club, and I'm in one of my favorite places, the Children's Library. I miss all of you, and today I wanted to share some children's literature with you. The first book I'm going to read, this is New York. I'm from the Northeast region of the United States, and this area has been hit particularly hard by the pandemic. And I want to send out good wishes to the people of New York and know that we're all thinking of them as we get through this. The book is being shared with permission from Rizzoli Publishers. This is New York. Okay, I'll throw in another clock. In the year 1626, a Dutchman, Peter Minuet, bought the island of Manhattan from the Native Americans for $24 worth of handy housewares. It remains the biggest bargain in American history. Businessmen say that now he'd have to throw in another $8 billion. And no wonder. New York is the largest city in the Western Hemisphere, and it is full of the biggest things. One of the tallest buildings in the world, the Empire State Building, 1,472 feet high, 102 floors, 74 passenger elevators, and the most spectacular views from the top. The biggest cars, Times Square, and the biggest traffic jams in the world. The biggest stretch of streets to be policed, 6,000 miles of them. The biggest Sunday papers. One of the biggest ports in the world. Thousands of vessels yearly call at its piers. The Statue of Liberty. The largest lady in the world from whose head, 10 feet wide, from ear to ear, you can watch the city skyline and the busy sea below. The biggest ships dock along the Hudson in Midtown Manhattan. New York City consists of 5 boroughs: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Richmond, Staten Island. Here is the Staten Island Ferry. The greatest humidity and heat attack New York in summer. New Yorkers counterattack with air conditioners. The biggest meat eaters of all times, Tyrannosaurus, can be seen in the New York Museum of Natural History. When all the air conditioners are turned on at one time, cables burn out, and dig we must. The biggest store in the world, and one of the smallest. For there are also small things in this big, big city. City Hall. There's also a village, Greenwich Village, with its small streets like McDougal Alley, and its small shops. Trinity Church, the oldest in New York, is not so small as it looks. Its tower is 280 feet high. There are 4,000 churches, synagogues, mosques, and temples in the city. There are organizations to care for the welfare of your body, of your soul, and of your country. New York is the home of the United Nations. With its more than 80 member countries, people from all of them are at home in New York. So you can shop in any language, in German, Spanish, Yiddish, Czech, and Slovak, even Hungarian, Italian, Russian, a supermarket. Can you read this? It says, Fan Ying Kong Lam Wa Fu. In other words, welcome to Chinatown. Harlem is uptown. The police close many streets in New York so that the children can play there. Park Avenue is one of the most elegant avenues of New York. In Harlem, it looks like this. And here it is, 70 blocks downtown. This is the elegant way to keep the buildings clean. All traffic in New York moves up and down and up. There are 24,000 elevators in the city. All the way up on the rooftops are water tanks. All the way down underground are the subways. They go in two directions, uptown and downtown. People walk uptown or downtown. Dresses travel uptown or downtown. And buses too. Paying your fare in the bus is like putting your pennies in a piggy bank. New York has many tunnels. This one takes trains into a building. And this one, the Lincoln Tunnel, takes cars under the Hudson River. When you come out, you're in the state of New Jersey. From here you see that over on Manhattan, almost every building is a skyscraper. Those that are not, will be. New Yorkers adore to watch them grow. This one has grown beautifully. It is the GE building, part of Rockefeller Center. For fun, you can see the sights from the top or go ice skating at the bottom. You can also skate in Central Park, even in warm weather, or feed New York's huge, fluffy squirrels. They love peanuts. Peanuts and almost everything else you can buy from a machine. This is Columbus Circle. Mail early in the day, it's the better way. The George Washington Bridge spans the Hudson. Brooklyn Bridge, crossing the East River, is the oldest and is popular with everyone from cameraman to songwriters. From the Brooklyn side, this is Manhattan at night. In New York, fire strikes frequently, and so do people. Many fires, many hydrants, 90,000 of them, and many fire escapes. Every 6 minutes, a fire alarm in the city brings out the engines, motors roaring, bells clanging, red lights flashing, sirens screaming. Hydrants can also have other uses. For instance, as Little Tony's starting point in business. With luck, it grows to this: Big Tony and Company. With more luck, Tony ends up here in Wall Street. Its name comes from the wall built here by the Dutch against the Native Americans. Art seekers can seek art in more than 200 art galleries and 9 art museums in New York City. This one is built by the famous Frank Lloyd Wright. On the beach of Coney Island, 1 million sun seekers seek sun on a summer day. Yankee Stadium. Baseball or football fans, 70,000 strong, come here to watch their heroes. Everything in America comes wonderfully wrapped, including football players. A drugstore. You can get everything here, from bath soap to bicycles, from hamburgers to Hamlet. And here is Times Square, the biggest supermarket of them all. Frankfurters, hamburgers, Aromarama, Burgerama, movies, people, cars, lights from dawn to dawn. A few steps uptown on Broadway, watch for the weather star high above. When it is orange, look out. But when it is green, get ready for another lovely day in New York. And hopefully those days come back soon.